because I think I've said that even in the couple of meetings we've had on this trip.
Yeah.
I consider ineffective courtship to be one of the major reasons why we have crisis in relationship.
Yeah.
Because people don't court effectively, and then when they get married and they are now dealing with the issues they should have dealt with and prepared for in courtship. And then it's like a breaking news. I didn't know that. It's like getting married and then you get home and then you begin to hear things that you never thought you were going to hear. And then you thought you were going to have kids together. And the woman said, I don't want to have kids. So you don't want to have kids?
Wait a minute.
Why don't you want to have kids? We never discussed it. I'm not planning to have kids. Wow. So you should have discussed some of this stuff. Finances, kids, where you want to live, what's your plan. All those things. So that's effective courtship is very key.
Yeah. Because that's a question that we actually asked Daniel. Well, myself and I think Nora as well asked Daniel, what did you do to prepare for marriage? So from your perspective, what can couples do to actually prepare for marriage?
Premarital counseling is very important. That's actually what you do. You prepare by seeking counsel from those that know. So there should be a regimen. So if you say you're a medical doctor or you're a lawyer, it's because you went through a body of knowledge over a period of time. So when it comes to marriage, there's a body of knowledge you need to have. Why do you want to marry? What's the purpose for marriage? And then what are the secrets to succeeding in marriage? Then you talk about parenting, you talk about sex, you talk about money. So there should be an entire curriculum that you go through, and then you read books. So I say to people that in order for you to become successful in any aspect of life, you need to read the number of books commensurate to your age. So if you want to succeed in finance and you're 26 years old, you need to read 26 books. Because what you read is what forms who you are. If you're not informed, you'll be deformed. If you're not inspired, you'll expire. If you're not updated, you'll be outdated. What you know is what determines how far you go. If you know better, you do better. Information is the key to transformation. So if you say you're a medical doctor, when you went in, you were not a medical doctor. Consistently focusing on a body of knowledge, you come out on the other side, they ask you for your name, you say, I'm Dr. So-and-so. You've forgotten your name because you have become a version of yourself that came as a result of the knowledge that you open up to. So if you want to become successful in relationship, you do the training, but you start reading books. Start going for seminars, listening to stuff that will help you. And when you listen, you discuss. Every time you hear someone say, what do you think about that? How does that affect us? So I say to people, before you get married, there must be a family vision. What's the vision of this family? There must be family value. What are the values that we're going to live by in this family? Like having your own family constitution. And then when you now get married, you need to have what I call wellness check, which I say people should do at least twice in a year. Sit down and ask your woman, ask your guy, babe, are we good? Because sometimes you just assume that we're good and we're not good, because some people bottle stuff because they don't want to rock the boats. There are things that they are not happy about, but they just keep quiet. And if you don't discuss it, it's going to fester. And then there are two concepts that comes up, and it's called insulation and erosion. So, so can I touch your hand? Okay. So now, if I touch her here, she's feeling my hand because I'm touching her skin. If I touch her here, she's feeling it, but not in the same intensity because something is covering. So now that is insulation. So if there is a POP on this place and I touch, she's not going to feel anything. Why? So when there is hurt and resentment, it continues to put a bind. Like so when you say, I don't love you anymore, no. It's because over a period of time, a lot of things have, so you're not feeling what you normally feel because there's a lot of covering. And the erosion is, as you continue to hurt the other party and you're not sitting down to find closure and discuss it, there's a gap. Because everybody's trying to, before you know it, that little crack becomes a massive gully. And then you are roommates, but you're not soulmates. You're in the same house, but you're far apart. And those are things that begins to happen because people don't do what they need to do.
Is there a way to rekindle that when there's a gap? What can they do to...
Then you acknowledge that there is a problem and you seek help together. Because the problem again is growing up where, I go back to that new rules of love because I realize by my experience as a pastor and my personal experience in relationships that there are a lot of things that we teach in church that are not accurate. We teach it based on culture and tradition and not based on the spirit. So we were all told, don't allow third party into your relationship. Don't allow third party. And that's not scriptural. It's actually anti-scripture. Because the same people that say that, in the same sentence, they will tell you, don't allow third party into your marriage. A marriage is between a man, his wife, and God. Hello?
That's the third party.
God is already a third party. So what you should be saying is, don't allow, be careful the kind of third party that you allow. So when you have any problem in your marriage, whatever the two of us cannot solve, we need a matured, experienced, professional third party. And they will help us come back together.
And if that third party is also the one that is reflecting God as well.
Yes,
you're involving God back again. That whole threefold chord, Okay, with